Okay, perfect. I don't want to take too much of your time. We're so grateful that you are doing this for us. My team and I are like absolutely obsessed with you. So seriously, thank you so, so much. You're a complete rock star. So I wanted to start with, I know most of us on here know you because you're incredible, but I want to start with your story and you just introducing yourself, and then I'll get into some good questions for you.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm Shey Knox. I'm 21 and I'm a presidential. In 1 month, I will be in this business for 3 years. I joined as an 18-year-old high school student. I just wanted some extra money, some gas money. I was about to head off to college, and college is expensive, and I didn't have the means to pay for it. So it was all on me. So it was going to be student loans and taking out all the debt. And I wasn't really interested in that because I was trying so hard not to be in the same cycle as my family. Anybody else, like you're trying to change your family tree over here? That was me. Raised with 4 siblings, a single mom. My dad worked out of state pretty much majority of my life, and money was hard and times were hard, and I saw the pink slips and government housing and all the things, and I was like, this ain't for me. So I joined the business, genuinely, like Mike Patillo, Petit, whatever. I can never pronounce his last name, so I just call him Mike. We were hanging out in Houston this past week. And he asked me, he was like, why did you take off with this business so quickly when you joined? And I was like, to be honest with you, I could not tell you, like, I don't know. And he was like, just talking to me about it. And guys, I really don't know. And the only reason I can think of is that I just wanted to change my family tree, honestly. And so I went Ruby in my second month of this business, got the $500 Ruby bonus at the time. 3 months later, I went Diamond. So within 5 months, I saw full-time income 3 days after I graduated high school. I went into college, paid all my tuition in cash for that year, all of my textbooks, everything. I didn't have to take anything from my parents, which was the biggest blessing ever. And then a big part of my story that I share with literally everyone, I lost rank. Big time. I went from diamond to executive because I put my business on the back burner. I essentially went through so much change in my life at one time that the first thing I did was say, okay, business, back to the back you go, but I want my paycheck to stay, right? Anybody have that moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to put this back here, but like, I'm going to expect the $2,000, just keep racking it. Okay. It didn't. It really did not. I started really soul searching through my business, trying to find that next big thing, that next big person. And that was when I did the most growth within my business and myself, was in those 7 months that I was maintaining executive as a diamond. I went to conference. So that January, I maintained Ruby for the first time in 7 months. I went to conference that February, put my account $80 in the negative. So if you are going to conference, I want you to drop a 1 in the comments. If you are not, I'm about to tell you in about 2 seconds why you should be. So listen to what I'm about to say. So I go to conference, broker than a joke, shared McDonald's with my friend because we couldn't afford any extras. I walked into that room with an open heart, open mind, ready to just freaking go. And I went home from conference. I maintained diamond and didn't even know it because I was so set on going double, y'all. For the first time, Jade told me to get my chart out. I got my chart out for the first time, and I went double diamond the very next month with 3 working distributors on my team. The next 3 months after that, I went triple diamond, got the $15,000 bonus, and 3 months after that, I went presidential diamond. So within 8 months, I went from a $454 Ruby paycheck in January to a almost $27,000 presidential diamond paycheck 8 months later. So if you're not going to conference, you are wrong. You cannot afford not to go. I don't care if you're broker than a joke, you're maintaining executive like I was. That should give you more of a reason to completely rewrite your story because you have no idea where your business is about to go within the next couple of months. And if you're sleeping on it, you're going to get left behind. I can guarantee you, because I know this team is doing big things. I know this company is doing big things. And if I can go from $400 to $27,000 in 8 months at 20 years old, I don't think there's anything you can't do either.
I love that so much. Already speaking fire to us. So you told everybody to drop a 1 that's not going to conference, but I'm pretty sure that everybody I saw dropping a 1 is totally going to conference. So
Yeah.
I'm so stinking excited for this year's conference. So I think the conference you're talking about when you went from executive to double was 2017, right?
2018.
Oh, was it 2018? Oh, 2018. Okay, so mine was the year before. So I joined in 2016 and I was actually my story is like backwards from yours, because I was maintaining executive. Like I literally had went executive, only had 2 people on my team. I got to conference, and 45 days later I went diamond with only 2 people on my team. And so the only thing that was different, I just had to add in that little plug for, you have to get to conference. That's exactly what I tell my team, is you cannot afford to not go as well. I love that so much. Okay, so I know you are a youngin', and I actually have so many young girls on my team. When I first started, I was 24. So obviously I'm a little bit older now, but I have a lot of girls that are like college age, I'd say 20 to 25. So my first question for you is, when you first started out, because I know the biggest doubts that a lot of the younger ladies have is like, well, they can't afford to buy the products because they're like either broke college students or in high school. And how are they going to want to do this? Like, how do they want to do this with me? How are they going to know that it's like real and not a scam, and their parents aren't going to get in their head? Do you know what I'm saying? So how did you combat that when you first started?
Okay, so when I first joined, I actually didn't think about this until I started enrolling a bunch of people that were in college, and I was like, okay, how do I help them handle this? Because it was not even on my mind. Like, I was so money driven, I didn't care if anybody told me no or who told me no. I don't even remember. Like, I was so set on yes and where I was going. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about thinking about who doesn't have money and who doesn't have this. The right people will have money. And I'm going to tell you why. When I joined, I was 18. I was a senior in high school, and every single person around me was broker than a joke. And I went diamond in 5 months. Just because you think people don't have money does not mean that they will not figure out a way to get money. My first distributor is my best friend. She's diamond on my team. She's still in this business with me. She literally was scrounging up quarters in the back of her car. Like, when you want to do something bad enough, you'll figure it out. And as far as products, like, I was so confident and so excited about products, and I only thought we sold wraps when I got started. Okay,
Oh,
I
me
was
too. That's so awesome.
ignorance on fire. I thought Ruby was the top rank in the company. I was like, I'm about to hit the top, and it's the first rank. Like, we are doing big things, people. I posted that, okay? So if you think that you're not going to be successful because you're too young and you're not going to post the right thing, or people are going to make fun of you, they thought I hit the top rank when I went Ruby. I did too, okay? I didn't realize. But I learned, obviously, that was false, and I'm still here 3 years later trying to get to the top. If only that was the case. But guys, if you act like $99 is a lot of money, it's going to be a lot of money. If you act like our $30 products are a lot of money, it's going to be a lot of money. It's just all about the way that you're putting emphasis on that. If you're putting more emphasis on the fact that people aren't going to be able to buy your products, then you're going to put more emphasis on a lot of things that shouldn't matter to you, because that's distracting you from where you're going. The biggest thing is, like I said, when I talked about the business, I'm like, it's only $99. Like, you spend that going out. Like, how many college friends do you have that spend so much money freaking going out to bars every single night, but you're worried about them figuring out how to come up with $99 to join your business? If it's a priority to them and they want to make money bad enough, they will sell something. They will stop going out a couple nights a week. They will ask their parents. They will find a credit card. They will find a way, because I am 21, presidential, going ambassador at the beginning of this year, and my entire team is so young. Like, majority of my girls are younger than me, and we're just as successful. So don't let that hold you back or distract you, because it's bogus.
I love that. And I really do feel like it is us holding, us holding ourselves back, right? When we think that our products are too expensive, or if we think that, nobody would be interested in this, that's just us. That's just us holding those self-limiting
Oh,
beliefs.
and as far as the scam thing, this was the number one thing. I don't even know why I didn't talk about this, because it wasn't the price. It was the fact that I was in a scam, that what I was doing wasn't going to work. I mean, if any of you think you got made fun of when you joined, you have no idea what I went through, okay? I was just starting my second semester of senior year, okay? I was the talk of the rest of the semester, okay? Anytime somebody's young and does something different, you are under constant scrutiny for what you're doing. Every day, I got tweeted about. I got horrible things said about me. My best friend of my entire life is blocked on my Instagram, because where I was going is not where she thought I should go. And at the end of the day, guys, you're going to hear this so many times throughout your business. I dare you, when your car payment is due, to send them that little thing that you have to mail in to, like, pay your car payment or whatever, and ask them to pay for it. I dare you to send your student loan debt and your bills and all of the things and all of your dreams and send it to them and tell them to pay for it. The number one reason, not only because I wanted to change my family tree, but the other reason was because so many people wanted me to fail. So many people questioned what I was doing. They told me this wouldn't work. They told me it wouldn't last. They told me it was a scam. And I literally sat there and I said, watch me. And now I couldn't come out there with that like fire, watch me mentality and give up and let them win. Like that's what they're doing. That's what they want you to do because you're doing something that they could never do. And the best thing ever is when they come back and they join your team. That's
Right.
literally all I can tell you is that
I love that. That's the best part. That's the best part when they're like, or they block you like 3 or 4 times and then they end up being like double diamonds on your team. It's so funny. Okay. So these are kind of all over the place, but when you were getting back to diamond, so like when you lost rank at executive and you decided you were going to get to diamond, how did you start leading your team when you just had a few girls working? Like, how did you really just like rally the troops or did you just start mass enrolling and finding new blood?
Okay, so if y'all go back to my YouTube channel, I know probably a lot of y'all watch my YouTube that's popped up all the time because I literally post on it all the time. But if you go back in October of 2017, after I had lost diamond, there were 2 people that were on my Zoom. Okay, 2 people. Both of those people are now diamond. Okay, those were 2 people that were on my Zooms that showed up for me, that I showed up for them. But what sucks about my leadership at that point was I stopped doing them because 2 people got on them. I stopped showing up. I stopped doing the power hours. I stopped doing the team Zooms because 2 people were on them. I gave up on so many things that if I would have stayed consistent, I would have got diamond back sooner. But because I was so just like, pity me, this is horrible, I've lost rank, I'm so broke, like I was that person. Like Courtney probably wanted to like delete my number because I was like, why is my check not coming back? Like I was that person, but I wasn't doing anything to bring it back. Okay, so then I get my double chart out, I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is why I never got out in the first place. This is crappy. Like who is working? No one. So this is what I did. And I also have there's another Zoom that was shared by Courtney, who's under Amanda Boucher. Rochelle, if you want to find it and share it with them, it's about Rise. And I talk all about this like in major depth. But when January came around and the momentum was coming, like it also is about the timing, guys. Like right now is planting season. Right now is like not boom season. It's a very, very vital, important part of the year. Like you have to be working right now, but it's not the best part of our business. It's not. I'm no sugarcoating. Okay. But it is so important. It is just as important as boom season. Okay. So in that time, I was still messaging. I was still enrolling customers. So I didn't completely quit my business. January came around, got my chart out, maintain Ruby, the momentum just comes. I mean, how many of y'all know what I'm talking about? When there's momentum, it doesn't matter what your chart looks like. You're doing it. Like you're pulling things out your rear because you're making it happen. It doesn't matter what is holding you back. Okay. So when I looked at that double chart, I was like, okay, wow, what do I do? I filled it in with anybody. Okay. I'm a firm believer in stacking. I don't know what y'all do, but I had a double diamond chart of nothing, but there was volume. Okay. So I used it. I was like, if I put all this work here and I've done all this before, I'm going to use it to my advantage. So I just started enrolling. I started going live every day. I started finding new blood, started talking to people, started reaching out to people that I was afraid to talk to because I was like I said, you do anything that you're willing to do to go to devil. So I was pulling out every resource I had. And that was the month I got my own personal results for the first time. The picture where it looks like I cut my cheeks off with scissors. Y'all know the one that's my face from conference. Yeah, everyone's nodding their head. Yeah, that. Okay. I got to where I was like growing my network and I would go find this random girl on my Facebook and go add her friends and I would look at their timeline and my before and after is on their Facebook because people were doing so many host to post with it and it was everywhere. That took me from double to prez, that before and after, because I was out there sharing with everyone. I started confidently talking to people in that month. So the first month, when I went diamond, I enrolled 19 customers. That was the highest customers I'd ever enrolled until March. When I went double, I enrolled 82 customers of over 60 BB from that before and after. It was keto coffee, chocolate greens, and the cleanse every single time. Okay. Because I got my before and after. So I didn't need people on my team working. I was like, okay, if this box is empty, I got it. Okay, if this person's not working, I got it. Okay, if this person's not going to run an auto shipment, commission qualified, done. Like I did not care what was standing in between me. I was going to do it. And I know that some of y'all are like, well, that's it? Really? That's it. I decided I was going to do it. And there was absolutely nothing. I'm already sweating. I don't know what it is when I get on Zooms. My cheeks turn red. I start sweating. It just like starts coming out. But I just believe in this so much. And I just know that some of you are just a decision away from reaching that promotion. You're literally just a freaking decision from looking at that chart, and instead of it scaring you, it kicking your butt in gear because you're like, oh crap, like this work is not going to get done unless I do it. And I remember looking at that and I was like, I can't do this forever. Like, I cannot fill all this volume by myself because this was rough. Okay, like it took me 10 months to go double. Guys, after that, promotions breed promotions. The work that you do right then is what's going to cultivate what the expectations are of your team. So when I went double and I racked in all those customers and everyone was like, dude, like, how did you do that? Like, no one on your team is working. Like, my Emerald enrolled a 354 BB customer and kept it under herself to be commission qualified. Okay, that's how much she did nothing. That whole leg was just a Cheyenne show. Okay, so that just shows that right then and there, all those people promoted. There were 400 boxes. There was new blood, and all of those people are now diamonds and doubles on my team because I started. I mean, how many times you click one domino and the rest of them fall? You have to be the domino that's going to be willing to do the work to start the push so that it continues going beyond what your work is, because that is what took me to, like, presidential was the easiest promotion that I ever did. It happened on the 27th. I placed like one order in a random spot that it wasn't going to come in. And it just happened because I started that whole thing when I went double, and I just created so much momentum and so much leadership and duplication and replication. I was so excited and there was so much going on that what I did then carried me all through the rest of the year and is now going to carry me to ambassador because I set that pace over a year ago.
I love that. It's crazy because I think that when we start to get in maybe like a rut, or we feel that we're in a rut, or we're not enrolling or whatever, it's really easy for us to look back and be like, okay, what was I doing when I was enrolling? What was I doing when I was doing all of these things? And the reality is we were on fire. We were listening to our self-development. We were doing the work. We were deciding we were going to do it. And it's funny that you said Prez was your easiest promotion, because I remember hitting Prez as well as like, wait a second, we were just going for triple. Like, we were just going for triple. And then that next month it was like, can we do it? And we did it. And it was like 50,000 in volume in 1 month's time because of the amount of work that we did right now in these months. Do you know what I mean? Where everybody's sitting here like, I don't know, maybe they're not signing as much as they're supposed to be. You guys, this is the time that you need to be working so much harder than you ever have before. And the craziest part is you're going to be working harder and not signing as much. I'm not saying that you're not going to sign people, because you are, but you're not going to be signing people at your butt like you are in January, February, and March. It's just the truth, although you're a perfect example, you promoted in these months, right? So you can still do that, you guys, but you have to be willing to do whatever it takes, not let things get to your head like it's the holiday season, not let people telling you that they don't have the money until tax season, whatever. Like, understand that the people who are telling you they don't have the money until tax season are the people that are going to be buying in tax season. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, plant the seeds right now, because that is what will just make your business take off. Okay. So what is your daily 6 list, or if you have a 6 list, and what are your non-negotiables? So I want to hear, like, every single day, like, I don't care how busy you get or how slow it gets, like, what are your non-negotiables no matter what that you do every day?
So every morning I wake up at 8 a.m. because I do stay up super late. So like when she was like, sorry, the Zoom is late, I was like, this is early. I stay up super late because that's my thing. I don't have kids. It's just me, myself, and I. So I stay up super late with my team. And then I wake up every morning at 8 a.m. I make my coffee, I post it on my story, and then I get on my journaling Zoom every morning at 9. I don't know if any of y'all get on them, but we have so much fun on them every single morning. And I do that for an hour. Then I get off of that and I immediately go sit in my living room. Like, I don't know what it is, but if you have that like specific spot in your house, you like sit and work, and like, I only sit here to work. That's my couch. Okay. So I go in there, I sit down with my coffee, I start working, I put more stuff up on my story. I message people, follow people. I get my posts up. I always post in the middle of the day, anywhere from like 11 to like 2. If it's after that, I don't like to post because it's too late. That's just like my own personal thing. Everyone's followers are different though. You kind of have to fill it out, but that's just when it works for me. So I always like post around then. And then I'll post something else on my story, like me making my reds, me drinking my hydrate, whatever. And then I am huge on branding myself. Like, I have so many Instagram trainings on Instagram if y'all need to go watch them, or on YouTube. But literally majority of the day, like today I talked about Brittany 911, where to get my Christmas tree, me going to work out, like random crap that makes me who I am. Like, I enroll a ton of distributors, and majority of them, I know them because I've interacted like crazy with them. I've swiped up on their story. They've interacted on my stuff. Like it's relationship building. And so that's a big part of my day is interacting, a huge part of my day. I have like stuff saved.
I save you, girl.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Unmute yourself in just a minute.
Black Friday.
Hold up. There we go. Everybody's muted.
I have stuff saved in my text replacement to like go through my timeline, and I just like say, oh my gosh, your shirt's so cute. Where'd you get it? Oh my gosh, so pretty. Such a babe. Amazing. Love this. Like, I comment on people's stuff all day. I swipe up on their stories. I like their stuff so that they're constantly going back to my page. Because what would you do if some random girl came and commented on your picture and said, you look so cute? You're going to click on her profile, right? Right. Okay. Then they're going to go watch my story because I constantly have stuff up on my story. And I post good quality content because I take a lot of time to make sure that what I'm sharing is good. Guys, there's 200,000 distributors in this business. Why are you the one they need to go to? I don't care if you sit there and you're like, well, I'm not a perfect blogger. No one's asking you to be. We're asking you to be authentic. We're asking you to take time to put into your stuff. We're asking you to care. Like tonight, for example, it's just, and some of y'all are like, well, I don't know how to do this. Well, you got to learn. Okay. You got to practice. Like, I didn't join this business. Like, you should see I posted that Ruby was the top rank in the company. Hello. Okay. Am I speaking to somebody? Like, you don't just join this business knowing what to do. I have practiced and worked hard because I want to be the person they go to. That's it. So like tonight, I downloaded Over. I use Over for everything. I took this little video of, okay, well, my phone's about to die. I took this little video of me holding our skincare products. I put some little cute things over it, showed my face, then do a little hair flip here. I put my personal before and afters so that people can see that I'm using the skincare, and then a little boomerang. But like, I posted my post from today, and instead of me just posting my post up there, I decorated it so that it's cute, so that people don't just click through it. And y'all think it doesn't matter, but it does matter. Like, I literally sit here and watch my views, and if my views go down, I'll delete it because it's not cute enough, which may be extreme. But I care that much because this is my business, and I want to be the person that they go to. So like today, I did a little video of me talking about where I'm going to get my Christmas tree. Tell me where you get your Christmas tree. Talking about Brittany 911. Talking about sunglasses. Like, just all the things. And then I decorated my Christmas tree. Like, I've got my life up there. Like, my dad always says, if I can't get a hold of you, I'm going to go look at your story because I'll know where you're at. Like, it's always on there. So that is a majority of what I do all day, is share my life, interact with people, build relationships, and then the rest of the stuff is things you already know. Messaging, following up, all those daily non-negotiables. But I like don't ever skip a day. Like, it's my job. And I mean, how many of y'all have made it such a habit where you open your phone and you have to work like that? Why else would you be on your phone? Like, when I get on my phone, I'm automatically liking pictures. I love to scroll and see other people's lives because I'm still human and I want to be like normal. I still go look at their stuff, but I'm working. I'm doing something income producing for myself. I'm never just scrolling. I'm never just swiping through stories. I'm never just like looking through stuff. Like, I'm always doing something that's benefiting me.
Yes. Okay. That is such good information. How long would you say that or how many hours a day would you say that you're interacting? Do you have like a certain amount, or is it just like any time that you have a second, you're interacting?
My screen time averages 8 hours, but all throughout the day. So like in the morning, like that's everything. But like interacting is like a huge part of that.
Okay, good. I've been setting alarms, and that's been helping me a lot. Just like, because throughout the day with an 18-month-old, I'm like, my goodness, I could sit down and it's 9 p.m. and I'm like, I haven't interacted all day. So for me, I've been setting alarms and just having it be like a non-negotiable, you guys. So whatever you need to do for yourself to make that, there are trainings out there. I was terrible at posting as well. I had less than 200 followers on Instagram when I first started, but from watching this beauty right here and so many other top leaders, I learned how to do it. And it's just a skill. You just have to be willing to learn it. You have to be willing to work at it. And when you master it, it becomes really fun. Like, I love using Over. I love, doing this stuff and being able to I love that it's a part of my job. It's so funny because Brian's parents will literally be like, oh, all she does is be on social media all day long. And I'm like, no, here's the thing. You will never catch me just on social media all day long. I'm on social media to work my business. And so you guys got to know, like, do not get on social media without having an intention behind it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I know you are mostly no, I know you do it all, but attraction marketing for distributors coming to you, right? And you message as well. So what's your go-to message? Can you give us like an example? Are you doing haps? Are you doing?
Okay, so I only message for customers because you can always turn around customers and distributors, but you can't turn around messaging a distributor to be a customer. Some people disagree with that. I just find that it's the best to message for customers because if they say they're broke, I'm like, hey, you should join this business with me. If I message them to be a distributor and they're like, hey, I'm too broke, I'm sorry. And I'm like, hey, would you like to buy some products? Like it doesn't make sense in my head to do that. So a message for customers, I message a super personal message. It's not ever typical, like, yes, it's like copy and pasted, but I always add stuff in there, like about their life. So I'm like, hey, like, I don't know if you've been watching me or seeing anything that I share. Like, I only message people that follow me back. So I don't, they do follow me. So they can't be like, I don't even follow you. What are you talking about? It does take more time, but I do get more results with it because I'm planting more seeds that way. If you are somebody on here that's like, oh my gosh, like I hate messaging because no one ever responds, 99.9% of the people I message do not respond to me either. I'm not messaging to get immediate sales. I'm not messaging to get responses. What's going to happen if somebody messages you? What are you going to do? Click on their profile. I want people to go to my profile because I put so much effort into my content, into making my highlights good, into sharing my life, into posting about the business, that when I message them to be a customer, I don't give a crap if they even read my message. I just want them to go to my page, because what's also going to happen is Instagram's going to think that they want to see me more because they go look at my profile and they stay on it and they scroll and they're clicking on my posts and they're watching my stories, right? Did something just click for somebody? I don't care. I could message 500 people today and not get one response, and it does not faze me because I'm like, whoa, 500 seeds are planted. Somebody's going to join. Okay. I have a double diamond on my team, went double in 2 months. Okay. I messaged her to be a customer and she literally read my message and didn't say anything. And I just had this feeling. I was like, you know what? This girl's going to message me back one day. She's going to join. 2 days later, she was like, hey, like after you messaged me, I went and looked at your profile. I'm like, I really want to join the business with you. Joined double in 2 months. What? And then her diamond underneath her, I messaged her to be a customer. She didn't respond. I went and swiped up on one of her stories and was like, OMG, you're so cute. She looked at my profile and 2 days later, she messaged me and was like, hey, like I really need to make some extra income while in college. Message her to be a customer, y'all. So if you're posting good quality content, you're caring about what you're sharing, you're posting your life, they're going to come to you whether or not you message them to be a customer or not. I just plant the seed. But I typically am just always super personal in it. I just say like, OMG, like you seem so sweet. Like I don't ever do the whole like you seem so genuine, you're so pretty. Like that's old school. I always just say like you probably got a message like this before, but I'm going to shoot my shot because I feel like I'd be doing us a disservice if I didn't talk to you about this. Like, have you ever thought about, implementing plant-based and health and wellness plant-based products into your life, or replacing this or replacing that? Catch my drift? Like just way more personal than the typical conventional message that has been used for years.
That's so amazing because that's also kind of branding yourself. So like all the messages that they have gotten in the past, they're going to be like, oh, wow, like, but I like the way that this girl did it. Do you guys see what she's saying? Like you have to brand yourself. You have to be you. I can't tell you how many people join my team that are like, oh my gosh, like I've been talked about this so many times, but like you seem real, you seem raw, like your daughter spits up while you're making your coffee. Like it is what it is. Like you just have to be yourself. And there is so much in that when people see that like, okay, she's a mess like 24/7. So I could probably do this too. And maybe you're not a mess. Maybe you're like super organized. I have so many greens on this team that they like have it all together all the time. At least it makes it seem like it. And there are other people out there that want that too. So like, it's all about you and what you do and your likes, and anything that you feel is not important. There's things that I haven't shared or that I hadn't shared before. Like a lot of the times I was like, I don't even know if like traveling the country, you guys, this is like the biggest dream ever for Brian and I, but I like hesitated on posting about it for a long time because I was like, I feel like it's not relatable to people. I feel like they're like, yeah, right. Like she has something else going on and not at works related, or like whatever it may be. I like shied away from that. And then I was like, why? Then I found people who are also full-time RVing, looking for remote jobs, looking for things to do like this. And now I have this community of people who are interested in what I do because they see how simple it is to do on the road. So like, think outside the box. Don't think that just because you feel that others might not like what you're doing, or that maybe they aren't at that level. That sounds horrible, but you guys know what I mean. Like, they're not thinking as far ahead as traveling the country yet, or retiring their husband, or staying home with their babies all day. They're thinking about making 200 to 300 extra dollars per month. So to me, I was scared to post about that stuff. But here's the thing. And Shey got to where we are by posting about those little things. So you'll still see me posting about how our business paid for our groceries and our gas and all of these things. So if you're newer and you're sitting here like, okay, but like, how do I brand myself? How do I do this? How do I do that? Think of yourself outside of It Works. Before It Works started, what did you enjoy doing? What did you love doing? What did you and your friends like to go out and do? And if that is like, running, or you guys know what it is. Think of those 5 things that really, if you asked your best friend what they thought of you before It Works, like what you like to do, those are your things. Like, capitalize on that stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's move on. Let's see. We got some good questions here. So do you post in your team page every single day, or do you have chats and things that you communicate with your team for motivation, tips, scripts, or how do you lead your team?
So I have a Road to Ruby chat and a Road to Emerald chat, and I share tasks in there every single day for them to participate in, like giving them things to do. I have a leaders chat that all of my Rubies and above that are like actively like going at it and like ready to go, they're in that chat. And in my team page, I do share stuff every day. Like, me and my leaders are sharing like tips and tricks and stuff like that. And then every diamond on my team has their own leader chat, like their own like whole team where they can like do their own giveaways, share their own tips, like do their own, like essentially training people to have layered leadership. But as far as like the chats that I run, it's just the Road to Ruby chat with the task, the Road to Emerald chat, and then the leaders chat with all of my girls in it.
Okay, awesome. And this is just a question that like popped into my head really quickly. So this is just for me. But you said that you have layered leadership. You have your diamonds with all of their working girls in them. Is that something that you ask them to do? Is that something that you train them to do, where you like, hey, I'm ready to like show you how to be this leader, get your team in a chat, let me help you figure this out? Or
so
kind of take
up
the
to
reins?
the point of me going presidential, I had just a team chat. It was capped out at 250 people that were working, and all the way to pres, that's all I had. And then after I went pres, like I think a month later, I was like, okay, I need a team page to like be able to regulate this, because there was so much going on. And I just always used my upline, Courtney Bohr. We'd always just like shared the page. But I had that chat, and then eventually that chat was too full and it was just too big, and we created a team page, and I was like, look, every diamond will have their own team chat. Like, you will all like put your people in there, and that's how you will talk to your people, and then we'll all share the team chat. So, I mean, I kind of told them to, but they've just like carried that on, and then I'm sure they have random chats too, but they all have like their team chat. I was in it for a long time, and then I left, and I was like, this is your thing. Like, this is up to you. Like, you do your thing. I don't want, because sometimes people hold back on like doing their own leadership stuff if other people are watching them. And I was like, nope, take it over. I don't want to be in it. It's too much notifications. Like, I got my own stuff to handle. Like, you do your thing. So
yeah, group chats sometimes can get way out of hand with the notifications, but okay, that is awesome. Let's see. I only have a couple more questions for you. I'm trying to think of, I want to save that one for last. So, you might have already talked about this, but you might have something different. So what has been your biggest struggle, and how did you overcome it in the business?
I would say, I mean, obviously, like the biggest like business struggle I ever had was when I lost rank and truly had to level up. Like, a lot of you, how many of you feel stuck right now? Let's have an honesty moment. Drop a 2 if you feel super stuck. I may get really real. I don't know what's going to come out, but we'll see.
Give it to us. Okay. Get really real.
Right. So there's a lot of 2s. Okay. Do you realize that you made yourself feel stuck? Like, you're doing this to yourself. Like, there is literally no one else to blame. Like, you can't blame the company. You can't blame the products. You can't blame Rochelle. You can't blame your upline. Like, you are the only person at blame if you feel stuck. And this is what I was literally having this conversation like 20 minutes before I got on this Zoom. That's why my cheeks were red when I first joined the Zoom. Like, is because so many people expect this business to be perfect all the time. Like, they're like, I'm supposed to like go diamond and maintain diamond for the rest of the time, and I'm supposed to go double, and then I'm supposed to go triple, and then I'm supposed to do all this stuff, and it's never supposed to go down. And we sit here and we see this end goal of where we're supposed to be, but like we can never have a paycheck drop, and we can never have people leave, and we can never have like volume drop or like anything. Like it's just got to be great all the way to the other side. Do you realize how pathetic that sounds? Like that is so baloney. Like the entire time, I have literally lost rank so many times in my business, I can't even tell you why. But I don't care because I'm a presidential and I make $20,000 a month. Like it does not matter. And so many of you are looking at what your life looks like right now. You're like, well, I went diamond, but I'm maintaining executive. And you're just so bitter about it. But like you're here to learn something because you put yourself there by your actions, by your leadership, by, you know, maybe someone leaving. Like, I don't know what it is. You can't control what happens in your life, but you can control how you handle it. And some of you are handling it in the wrong way by saying, I'm stuck. I'm just freaking stuck. Like I'm just sitting here, I'm on this Zoom. Like I'm going to outwardly say I'm stuck. I'm just like done. But what have you done to change that? What have you done to actively get yourself unstuck instead of texting your friends and texting your other leaders on your team about how stuck you are and how your paycheck is down and you're talking to your boyfriend about how miserable you are and your business sucks so bad? Why are you talking about it? Why are you sitting here sulking in it? Like you're here to learn something. Guys, what comes right before a mountain? A freaking valley. You cannot sit here and look at the top of this mountain of where you're going and say that right here where you are right now has not taught you something. You are not sitting here in this moment. Like I learned a lot more outside of it. Like when I could look back and be like, wow, Shine, like you're being an absolute asshole. Like that's why your whole team quit. Like that's why you're maintaining executive, because I was sitting here not leading my team and I was not doing the work. I mean, guys, can you honestly say that in the moments that your business was the absolute best? Mine was in April. Okay, in April, I was like 41,000 from ambassador. If you would have asked me, I would have told you that I would sell you my left arm because I knew that I was going ambassador. Like I would have paid you $1 million, and it didn't happen. But because my business was so good in that moment, what was I doing then? I was on freaking fire. I was enrolling triple threats left and right. I was messaging like crazy. I did not care what was going on. And things in my life were not perfect, but did I notice them as much? No, because my business was great. But right now your business isn't great. And you're like, well, this is happening and this person's negative and my friend is being rude and I have relationship drama and this is happening and like all this stuff is happening. And so then you're just like a negative Nancy and everything is an issue. So in that time in my business, when I had lost rank, I was so pissed off. I was mad at my team. I was pointing and blame at this. I was mad that this wasn't happening. My customers stopped ordering. This wasn't working. My paycheck was low, but never once did I point the finger back at myself, ever. Guys, there are 3 things that make you a crap magnet. I literally have a Zoom over this if you'd like to go watch it, because you're probably being a crap magnet right now if you're sitting here and you're like, I feel this, like this is at me, it's at you, okay? 3 things. Number 1, blame. You have a victim mindset because you're blaming everyone else but yourself. You've got to blame yourself in order to hold yourself accountable. It sucks, and that's a big part of this business is having self-discipline, but nobody else can do it. Rochelle can give you all the tools. She can give you a hammer. She can give you this. She can give you a saw, but she cannot make you use it. You have to use it. So stop blaming other people. Number 2, you're justifying it. You're saying, oh, well, you know, conference is coming. It's going to get better. So I'm just going to like sit back and like coast until conference comes, and conference is going to change my business like everyone else is saying. No, conference is going to change the businesses of those of people that have been hustling all through this time period that we're talking about right now. $94 income earner to number 41 in a matter of months. It was because I was hustling. I wasn't justifying the fact that I was losing rank and barely maintaining anything. There was no justification for that. You're like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, I'll just enroll a runner. You're not going to enroll a runner with the pace you're setting right now. Guys, if you're in a 4x4 at a track event and you're the first leg and you're expecting the 4th leg to be better than you, does that make sense? No. You have to be the best at all times in order to attract people that you want just like you. If you're sitting there, you're not doing anything, and you're barely posting, and you're like, please, dear Lord, send me a runner. He's going to sit there and continue to send you the people that you're attracting because that's what you're being. And it's hard to accept that, but if you've been enrolling a bunch of crappy people that aren't working, it's because that's what you're being right now. That's you are what you attract, and I can tell you that 100%, okay? Number 3, complaining. You complain about this and this person not working and this person not getting their shopping spree on their own so that you don't get your fast start bonus. And you're complaining that your volume is dropping and there's no new customers, and you're complaining that this person's not working. That's horrible. That is horrible on your mindset, because you're complaining about everything. Everything sucks. So therefore, if you do anything good, that probably sucks too, because you're literally so negative about everything. So guys, you've got to point yourself out. And if you're stuck right now, you put the glue down. You did. And now you're stuck. You've got to realize that over the next couple of months, you've got to have a fire in your business like you've never had before. You've got to think about where your business is going to be. I just did a leader Zoom about this last night, and I'm going to share with y'all because I can. Income disclosure statement inserted here. So my paycheck in December of 2017, okay, was, or I get dates really wrong. Okay, when I lost rank, okay, in December, it was $112. Okay, that next month, $454. That next month, I maintained diamond for the first time again, $2,022, and it was the first time I saw an above average diamond paycheck ever. Okay, third month, almost $5,000. So within 3 months, my paycheck went from $454 to $5,000. What would that do for you? 3 months. And that started in December. Okay, so then the next year, okay, I went from seeing a $13,000 paycheck in December to that January seeing $18,000, to the next month seeing $22,000, to the next month seeing $26,000. So from $13,000 to $26,000 in 3 months, okay, 1 year apart. You've just got to understand that like where you're going is so much better than where you are. And if you're stuck, you better get unstuck real quick or you're going to get left behind. Some of you don't even have a potentials list made. Some of you, what happens if we get to conference and Mark is like, hey, it's 10 cents to join? Praise to God, he does not. I will cancel my e-suite. But what if he did? Who would you even talk to right now? You don't even have anyone to talk to. And you probably don't have a team to even tell about because you've ran them over because you were mad that you weren't seeing your paycheck and you started telling them to get to work. And they were like, dude, you're not even working. I have an analogy for you. I don't know what time this Zoom is supposed to end, but I don't know when I'll stop talking.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
So how many of you have kids? A lot of you. Okay. A lot of you have kids. Okay. I don't have kids, and this still shook me. So at the Hollis conference, at the Rise conference, okay, Rachel was talking about how when you go to your kids' play, okay, you're at their Christmas recital, you're so excited, they're dressed so cute, you get there and there's like all these kids on stage, but what do? You zoom in on your kid. You go Facebook Live and you're like, oh my God, like look how cute this little kid is in his little dress, like his little dress, her little dress, like they're so cute. And you're like zooming in on them. And then every once in a while you like look over at the like kid that's like doing their own thing, like dancing alone, like to their own music, you know, all those kids. But you're ultimately zoomed in on your kid. That is what your team does to you. They are so zoomed in on what you're doing, on what you're posting, on what the pace that you're setting, the things that you're sharing, the energy that you have. So if you're questioning why you are where you are, think about what you've done for your business in the last 48 hours. They are zoomed in on that right now. They are zoomed in on the fact that you haven't posted consistently and all you've been posting is screenshotted stories from Michelle. And all you've been talking about is stupid stuff on your stories and sharing memes, and you've not been talking about the business. And you haven't enrolled anything in 6 months. That's what they're zoomed in on. And so what you're seeing right now is what you've been setting for your team for the past 6 months. And I want you to look back at what you were doing 90 days ago. This is what you're reaping. Yikes is right, Michaela. Yikes. Okay. So after this Zoom tonight, I want you to think about this. Who are the 2 people that inspire you most in this business? Put them in the comments. The 2 people in this business that inspire you most. Drop them below. What if for the past 24 hours before this Zoom, those 2 leaders, okay, those 2 leaders were watching you. They saw everything that you were doing for 24 hours. And then your leader set you up on a coaching call that night, tonight. And they were like, hey, like what promotion are you pushing for? And they're like, oh, I'm just going for double. And they're like, really? Yikes. Like, I don't think you worked your business in the past 24 hours. right now, this is only for you. What would happen if they saw what you did for the last 24 hours for your business? You would probably be embarrassed. Right?
Man,
You'd probably
this
be
is
embarrassed.
so good, Shay. You are like speaking some what I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating. You're
Yeah,
speaking life. And I know that my team needed to hear this so much, because a lot of it is you just have to look in the mirror sometimes, and it's a decision away, like you said in the beginning. It's just a decision. There's no being stuck. Like that, like you said, it's all on you, you guys. It's all on you. There is no being stuck in this. And here's the thing, because I know that a lot of us have things going on in our life. Okay. I think that I had a distributor quit the other day, and this is worth sharing. We literally went back and forth for a little bit before I realized that it was like not going anywhere at all. I was giving her these tasks. She was brand new. Here we go. Let's do this, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, listen, you don't have 2 kids, so you don't understand what this is like to like not be able to run your, like I can't message because I have 2 kids, like all these things. And I was like, girl, if you knew what I did on a daily basis, if you knew that there are people on this team fighting from not being homeless, let's not even talk about 2 kids being an issue. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all in how bad that you want it, you guys. And it has to come from you. It has to come from you. Like she said, we can give you everything. This Zoom right here, this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to turn around your business tonight. And you might turn this off and go to bed. It's 11 p.m. I'm fired up. I got to get her back to bed, but I'm about to just work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do not work in the moments of you being motivated, let me tell you something. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you're not going to feel this motivation. I'm not going to feel this motivation. Shay's not going to feel this motivation. Like, you have to motivate yourself. And when you are motivated, and when you take care of yourself, and when you pour into yourself with your self-development, you will flourish everything that you want, you guys. It will just come to you, but you have to keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, my last question, and then we'll let you go. I usually don't keep them longer than an hour, is I do have a lot of newbies on here. So I want to close with, if you could tell your old newbie self one thing that you know now, one thing, what would it be? Does that even make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's crazy because I answered this the other day, and the one thing that I would tell my little child 18-year-old self is just wait. Just wait. You have no idea. Absolutely none. Like, if you would have told me when I was 18, had just gone Ruby, thought I reached the top of the company, okay? I was so freaking pumped. I was like, this is it, man, like so legit. And then the time that I lost rank, and the time that the people started quitting that I never thought would quit ever, and the times that I had to block my best friend because she didn't support me, and the times that people told me this wouldn't work, and the times that my family started changing the way that they looked at me because of the money that I was making, like all the things that have gone wrong in my life, and all the things that I've questioned, and all the times that I'm like, am I really cut out for this? Like, if I could have just said, just wait. Like, you don't know, and you have to know that, like, if you are faithful, God will be fruitful to you. And if you and if you want him to bless your steps, you have to take the first step. But if you're not making any steps at all, he can't bless your work. He can't.
This
And I
just
wish that I
reminded,
could have told myself in so many times in the moments where I was struggling, where I lost sight of what I wanted, where I was made to feel that I wasn't good enough, or I let the enemy distract me from where I was going, if I would have just said, just wait. Because I would have never imagined that I would be the number 41 income earner in a company full of people that I thought were better than me, and, had confidence that I've never had before, and a relationship with God that I didn't even know existed, y'all. When I joined this business, I don't even remember the last time I'd gone to church or genuinely prayed, like, from my heart. And being around people, like, you don't find this anywhere else. You don't find culture like this. You don't find corporate leaders like this. You don't find people that care about you. Like, I'm pretty sure in your corporate America job, or like in your college, or like whatever you surround yourself with, pretty sure they've never told you or sent you a personal development video in your chat. I'm pretty sure they never caused you to level up. Like, you don't get this anywhere else. And I hope that right now, in this point where you just don't know what the heck you're doing, or who you're meant to be, or where you're supposed to go, that you just wait. Because if you're faithful and you work hard and you do the natural and allow God to do the supernatural, you have no idea where you'll be in a couple of months, and let alone a couple of years.
It's so true. I just got to go listen to Stephen Furtick, not live, but we were in North Carolina, so we got to go to one of the campuses, and his sermon was called "Yes, Lord, Yes," and it was from a chorus back in the day when he like went to church, when he first started going to church, and it was like the first yes in that chorus or in that hymn is like, "Yes, Lord," like it's basically like when you answer an engagement, the man is proposing and you're like, yes, like you're so happy and you're saying yes to all these like amazing things about him. And then like what you really don't know is like maybe he has a temper, or maybe his family's terrible, or like all of these things. That's that second yes. So you can relate this to your business. It goes, yes, Lord, yes. You said yes to this business because you saw all the great things in it. Okay, now then the second yes is you saying yes to all the valleys in it that are going to grow you and teach you into becoming the better leader and the leader that you need to become in order to assume those ranks. You guys, I sat at Diamond for so long because I made this business all about me. I sat at Diamond sitting there like, I just need double. Like, that's all we joined for. Like, I just need double. And then when I finally made it not about me and I did get to double, that was one lesson that I learned, right? One lesson. I was like, okay, it's not about me. It's about these girls. It's about these women who need this more than me. Then I got to double, right? Then I sat there and I was like, I'm making more money in my entire life than I have ever been. I was making so much money at double. It was not even funny. And then I started feeling unworthy. Then I thought, well, there's no way that I could go triple or prez. Like, why? That's stupid. That's stupid amount of money. I literally said that. I remember looking at Brian being like, that's stupid money. There's no reason for that because I didn't feel worthy of that. And you guys, again, you might be watching this and being like, Rochelle, I'm just trying to get to Ruby and you're talking about double. Like, listen, you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself on what you think that you can do. If you're looking at Ruby and you've been stuck at trying to go Ruby for a year now, it's time to look at a diamond chart. Get excited. Get excited about something new. Get excited about new blood. Get excited about what it's going to do for the people on your chart, on your diamond chart. Because those 3 people on that Ruby chart, they either want it or they don't, and that's fine. But let's find more people that want this and run with you to diamond. Stop looking at that old blood chart, whether or not they're working or not. Move on. Okay. And like, again, embrace the change, embrace the lessons, embrace the hard, because in that sermon, you guys, it taught me so much. It was just like, are you going to say yes to the second yes? Are you going to say yes to your valleys? Are you going to say yes to no customers? Are you going to say yes to no distributors for, let's say it takes you a couple of months and then all of a sudden you sign, what did you say, Shey, like 83 customers or something like that, you guys? Like, what if you only signed 2 this month, but you signed 83 in January because of what you're doing right now? It's time to wake up. It's seriously time to just start running and put all your excuses behind, and don't let anybody dull that flame. So, oh my gosh, Cheyenne, thank you so much for doing this. I know it's late,
Welcome.
but seriously, this like changed everything for my team. Seriously, we're so thankful. Do you have any last words that you want to say, or we can just let you go? And I'm just checking the chats real quick. You have, you just like dropped the mic, like you threw it across the room. So we're good. We are